Okay then, Helldivers, we are back and we've got loads to go over today as we've just received our latest failure message coming from the latest major order. This is not a good one, but we also have some information coming from Mitchmas with regards to the lack of patch today. On top of that, we also received the Ingress 81 cape for the ARG back in May. We're going to go over who it is that's able to get it and the meaning of it. And there's also some Morse code with some interesting message on the back. We are also going to take a look at a message coming from Arrowhead Game Studios with an announcement from the studio itself. So we've got a lot to go over today. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button, subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. Make sure you check out our incredible sponsor, GamerSupps, the company that offer esports athletes and gamers alike with the most effective and healthy energy drink option. And we've also got our own tinned alternatives now. So links in the description and use code CloudPlays at checkout for a cheeky discount. We've also got the giveaway going on for super credits. If you want to get a hold of a war bond for free, then head down to the comment section and put in a purple love heart to celebrate the new Ingress 81. That'll enter you in. We'll announce it in a few days. With that being said, let's dive into the game and see what it is that's happening right now in Helldivers 2. So, starting off, we have got a failure message coming from Super Earth High Command with regards to the latest major order. This one states right here that Super Earth cities lie in ruins. Millions of innocent families are sheltered in refugee camps, and the automaton invasion has reaped a heavy toll. Worst of all, the DSS facility on Clarel is in the socialist actuators of the enemy. Data extraction from captured automaton drives list a second motivation for the assault: vengeance for the destroyed Jet Brigade factories on Short Bay. This curious detail likely evidences continued automaton efforts to pragmatically replicate human emotions, which they lack any capacity to truly feel, as been proven beyond doubt. This travesty will not go unanswered. The Helldivers, buoyed by the true and imitable desire for revenge that burns in the heart of every true patriot, will reclaim our stolen cities and territory. The test the limits of the automaton's capacity to simulate terror, agony, and regret. Now, this is absolutely huge because, well, where does it lead to from here? We're at this moment of time in the recording. We don't have a new major order just yet, which could be pretty much anything. We do obviously know that the automatons are not happy. They will have to regroup and ready up an attack yet again. So the likelihood is we'll see something coming from the Illuminate or even from the Terminated sector, which will be very, very interesting to say the least. For me, I'm kind of intrigued by heading over to the bugs for a little bit. I feel like I've been burnt out this year on the Illuminate, but I want to know your guys' opinions in the comment section below, where it is you think we'll be heading next in the next major order. Also, on top of that, though, Mitchmas has clarified that there is no patch update today, and it looks like we're probably not going to be receiving a patch update for a good couple of weeks, but we'll get into that one very shortly. We have had something come through this morning, though, which is incredible. This states right here from the Baskinator, we are beginning the distribution of the Ingress 81 cape to recognize those who bravely worked together many long hours to bring the Station 81 back online in May. As always, please allow some time for it to appear in your game. And it did. The Ingress 81, with the caption stating that this cape reminds us that even faced with the abysmal darkness of space, nothing can stand against our human ingenuity, our powers of collaboration, or our sheer overwhelming numbers. And those numbers are about to grow with Xbox around the corner, but that's another topic altogether. This cape right here looks absolutely incredible, and it is glorious. Our first purple cape, I may add, and it's probably one of my favorite capes in the game to date. You will notice that there is some Morse code on the back, and apparently, according to deciphers from the community, the Morse code actually reads Decon, who is the original creator of the ARG back in May. Massive shout out to Revolving Decon for revolving around that massive amount of beautiful art that he had created throughout that time period. Years of work finally come together to generate the best ARG I've ever been part of, and generated a 4-day live stream that we co-streamed alongside for the full 4 days. So that one's going to settle with me for quite some time. I still haven't caught up on sleep with that one, but it was an amazing experience nonetheless, and I'm really glad that they've acknowledged it with a cape of its own. And now Decon can rest nicely knowing that his name will forever be in the game that he loves. So a massive shout out to Decon. Get some love in the comment section to him, and if you ever see him floating around on Discord, give Revolving Decon some love from me. Now, who is it that's actually able to get hold of this cape? Well, any player who logged in from May 9th until now. If you've played at any point between then you will be available to get hold of this, and it will just appear in your game when you next log on. If you haven't though, unfortunately you will not be able to have access to it, or at least that's what it's seeming to look like, as these limited time pieces do genuinely give a lot of love to the community, and it's really cool to know that certain capes stand for certain time periods, certain events, and this happens quite frequently, as known by the Malevelon Creek cape that we saw earlier on last year. So they can bring in some more of these. I absolutely love it. Massive shout out to all the Arrowhead developers, and while we're talking about them, we do have to talk about the announcement that was made over on X just yesterday. This states right here, Helldivers, the team is entering the Swedish Summer Protocol, 2 weeks of lakes, Fika, and tactical sunbathing. Now, yes, I'm probably pronouncing Fika wrong, but I am British and I can't pronounce much right, so that's on me. Anywho, it states right here, bear fear not. Service continues, the galactic war rages on, and Super Earth still needs you. We'll be back soon, recharged and ready to drop even harder for Super Earth. Which kind of explains a little bit as to why we've not received any patch update today, and not likely that we'll receive a patch update for the next couple of weeks. It seems to be one of those where, yes, even developers need a holiday, and they will need to be resting up, because there's so much more happening this year that you guys are going to be so damn excited about. Now, does that mean that the company are going to be completely off the grid and you can't get hold of any of them? No, as cleared up here by Mitchimus. Somebody asked, wait, is the whole of Arrowhead on vacation or just some of them? And Mitchimus clarified that not all of us are on vacation. So there are still some members in Arrowhead responding. I'm aware that right now the Baskinator has been enjoying her time away, so a massive shout out to her, and hopefully she's had a great time with her partner. It looks incredible by the photos that have been going up on Discord, that's for sure. But no, not everybody is on holiday, so things will still turn over as normal. You'll still be receiving major orders, and we'll still be getting personals and rotations as per usual. I just would suspect that the likelihood is we won't see any patch updates go live for the next couple of weeks, and if they do, well, then they were very, very prepared for it. So a massive shout out to them if that does eventually happen. We'll have to wait and see. Could be a slow few weeks though going into the summer, especially here in the UK. We got 6 weeks of summer holidays, so could be a very slow few weeks to start it off, but hopefully towards the end of the summer holidays it could be very, very interesting. Nonetheless though, we're going to dive into your top comments. If you guys want to get involved with the next one, make sure you get into the comment section and put something relevant in there. The top voted comments will actually enter the next video's top comments read out. So let's see what it is you guys had to say. This one starts right here with, dude, the city maps are scary as F. It's so dark, the robots will comically red eyes vanish. It couldn't even use a flashlight because the smoke would make targeting vanish. Yeah, this was a very, very difficult planet over on Yalivar. Actually fighting over there is extremely damn dark, and when you utilize the torch on your weapon, the smoke from the barrel, it just makes everything borderline unseeable. So it's been a challenge to say the least, that's for sure. Our next comment right here states, on PlayStation 5, the loading screens have become much longer and the frames drop to 1 to 2 frames a second. No joke. Yeah, I'm experiencing the same thing myself. They have stated that they are aware of it and are looking into it, but unfortunately it seems to be one of those problems which, as much as it is really, really frustrating, I'm kind of glad that that's the problem and not something massive. It just seems to be one of those that we're going to have to put up with for maybe a couple of weeks until they rectify it after the holidays, or at least that's my personal thought on it. It's a little bit frustrating, but hopefully it's something that they can fix very soon. And finally, this one states right here, automatons are on a roll right now. If only we had something like a tank, cough cough, Bastion tank, to counter them, we would win the war easily. Now, yes, we've been talking about the Bastion tank for quite some time. I know full well a lot of Helldivers have been wanting it, and apparently there was even a project in play mid last year where Helldivers were actually working on the design concepts for a Bastion tank. So it's funny actually, because I got given a load of jip by the players for that one, but nothing has actually ever materialized. We'll have to wait and see if that ever does make an appearance, but for right now, we're just going to have to fight with the arsenals that we are given. Nonetheless, though, that's all we've got happening today. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button. Subscribe with post notifications turned on. Thank you so much again for watching, guys. I appreciate all of your faces. And as always, up until the next time, I'll see you in the clouds.